What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Behind me I've got a 2025 Ram SST straight 6 turbo, the motor they replaced the Hemi for. Today we're going to drive it. I'm going to give you my first impressions of it because I have not driven it before, and see if I made the right decision moving forward, getting rid of the Hemi and replacing it with this straight 6. Let's go. All right, here it is for those tech junkies, those engine junkies. This motor's putting out 420 horsepower, 469 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's an upgrade from the Hemi, was putting out 375 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque. But I'm curious to see where they're making that power. If they're making this power, so it's obviously it's more, but if they're making it, you know, at 5,000, 6,000, no one really cares, right? Because the normal person's driving city to city, right? We're living in that 3,000 to 4,000 RPM range. So that Hemi was real torquey down low. I'm curious to see how this drives on the street, and those numbers might be a little skewed. So let's get right into the to the engine, the specs, more on the outside. Take this thing for a drive, and we can really feel kind of what this motor has to offer and what's it's lacking. So here it is under the engine bay. We got the new SST straight 6 turbo engine. My first time looking underneath the hood. Tons of room, more room than most of these trucks out here that you're going to get. So if you are mechanically inclined, you should have no issues getting around in there. Battery here, brake fluid obviously. Got that purple Mopar coolant, nice and tucked away back there. Engine air filter, nice air funnel. This thing is nice, real nicely put together. Nice room up front. Take this fan shroud out, have a little bit more space, but all in all, man, I think they did a good job stuffing this thing in there. Now, other than that, it's going to be real similar to the 24s as far as inside the cabin. They did add these fender flares on the outside for the 25, so you can see these small fender flares on the driver's side and passenger side, but on the sides of the vehicle, which is nice. This is the Bighorn edition, like I said, SST. We're gonna jump in this thing, take it for a spin, and get my first initial reactions. All right, we're pulling out the parking lot. Like I said, the changes for the 25s aren't crazy. They tweaked the outside a little bit, as I showed you in the earlier videos. This review is mostly on the engine and the drivetrain. Now you do get the 8-speed transmission. That comes on the V6 and the straight 6 turbo, aka SST. So that's kind of what I wanted to focus on this video for. Does this replace the Hemi? I can tell pulling out of that parking lot, it doesn't have the torque the Hemi has, which I kind of already thought that. I would love to see a dynograph. If I can find a dynograph of this engine, I'm gonna post it, because I would love to see how that power is coming in. Where are we getting that 420 horsepower, that 470 foot-pounds of torque? Is it at the top? Is it at 5,000 RPMs where none of us are at? You know, is it at the bottom? I don't think it's towards the bottom. I'm getting. It's got a. I didn't full throttle it. It's got a little pickup. I don't think it's Hemi level though. Like, I'm driving it, it drives smooth, it's quiet. You're gonna miss that V8 rumble. If you're a V8 guy, you're gonna miss that rumble for sure. I don't know if they offer any performance exhaust packages for this yet, but I'm sure they're starting and you can get them, but they still won't sound. Anybody who's had a V6 and you put a performance muffler on there, you know what I'm talking about. It gets close, but it doesn't do the job, man, like a V8. Oh, but this is nice. It's shifting smooth. It just doesn't have that. I don't have that torque that I'm used to driving in that Hemi. Coming to a stop here. It's quiet though. It is quiet. It's quiet in the cabin. I don't hear the engine. I feel like I'm yelling, but I probably am yelling. I probably don't need to talk that loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Is this better? If I do the review in this voice, is this better? I don't know. Let me get on the freeway here. Let me test the freeway passing. The freeway entry, let me see. Drop the tires a little bit. I don't know, man. I did chirp the tires. The tires got chirped, but I don't know. I do know. This is no Hemi. This is no Hemi. We know that. There is no replacement for displacement. It's smooth. It's shifting smooth. It's driving smooth. It's got smooth power delivery. I'll tell you. It doesn't feel like down low. When I stepped on it, it didn't feel any different from up top. Now, this is the SST regular version. This isn't the high output version. So the high output version, you get about 540 horsepower. So, but those are more expensive, and they're not as common. So I grabbed the SST because those are going to be, the most common ones. But maybe that high output, that might do it for me. But this SST, I tell you, but when you got to get rid of the V8, I mean, the Hemi's been around for at least 25 years. I mean, they had that motor dialed in. You know what I'm saying? So to get rid of that and come out with this, if you're in a lease and you have a Hemi, buy your lease out. If you're in the market for a truck, you don't care about gas mileage, get the Hemi. I'm giving you an honest review. If you're in the market, the truck is good. I don't want to sit here and downgrade the truck. I'm just saying, compared to the Hemi, it's a couple steps below that. But I got to do the review. I got to be honest, right? So that's it. So we're gonna get back to the dealership, give you my final thoughts, which I think you guys already know. Wrap this video up and sign off. Hopefully we can get this high output video soon. Stay tuned for that. I will be reviewing the high output because I'm curious to see how it stacks up to this motor and the Hemi. But let's get back to the dealership. All right, finally back from the test drive. So we went over gas mileage, we went over horsepower. I mean, there it is, right? You gotta conform to what the government wants, right? And the EPA and all of that. And this is their option, right? So now, as you guys watch this review, or as you watch this review, you may think that I'm talking down on the SST, which really I'm not, right? Because there's two different versions of this truck, right? There's a normal SST, which we drove, and then there's a high output version. The high output version, I would imagine, would be closer, if not exceed expectations above and beyond the Hemi, right? So that is what I'm curious to see. As soon as I get my hands on one, you guys are going to see that video. I'm going to take you along with me, and we can do a review and comparison on that motor to the regular SST to the Hemi motor, right? So we'll kind of get a feel and idea of what they actually have to offer, because this one, I don't know. If you're looking for that horsepower, if you're a casual truck driver, the SST is fine. The V6 is fine. You're towing a small boat, super small, small camper. You're taking your car to the track or whatever. This will do it just fine, right? This is a good truck, smooth. Like I said, it's got the 8-speed transmission. They've been doing that for a long time. They've got that down pat. What this review kind of geared towards was that car junkie, that engine junkie, that horsepower and that power junkie that some of us are, right? So hopefully I tapped on a few things. Normal truck, regular truck drivers, and then the people who are looking for that power, such as myself. When I get into a truck and when I step on the gas pedal, I'm looking for an immediate response, right? Just for me personally, this is a personal review, kind of geared, and I hopefully I hit on multiple points in this review as far as how I'm feeling, what's out there. Now, when I get that, like I said, when I get my hands on the high output, then we're going to really see what this motor can do, and you can kind of hopefully go from there and make your decision from there. But what I would get this truck, I would definitely get this truck. You got great technology. Like I said, it comes with that big touch screen up front, backup camera, backup sensors, front sensors, parking sensors front and back. 4-wheel drive, of course, that's how we order all of our trucks. You got that SST, you got the power pedals, so you can move the pedals forward and back, power seats, things like that. So it's got great tech, blind spot monitoring, all that stuff is standard. Really good look. I love the modernized look on these front trucks. I think that's what saves it, because a lot of people hated that getting rid of that Hemi move. That lost a lot of customers. But that front fascia looks so nasty. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, on the trucks. I think GMC, Chevy make a good front fascia if we're just looking aesthetics. I think they make a clean truck as well. But that Ram truck, that Heritage, and that clean front fascia, that modernized front fascia, looks spectacular. I do wish they had a little performance exhaust on the SST, but like I said, we'll see how the HO sounds when we get it and kind of go from there. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you have, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why in the comments. I don't do reviews often, so I probably missed a couple things, but I'm always open for criticism and comments to get better. So this is for you guys. So let me know how I did. And if you're not subscribed, you're an idiot. Get subscribed. We're going live all year round. Car content, car shows, daily vlogging, car reviews. We're doing it all on this channel. Thank you for being a part of it, and I'll catch you guys on the next video, man.